When you were a kid, we would play with like connects. You could make whatever you wanted, really. The flooring, the table, the railings, the roofing. Every piece was like a puzzle piece that I just kind of had to figure out without directions. And that's like one of my favorite things, is just taking something apart and putting it back together. Butterflying the tables together, inlays. There's all this woodworking stuff I've never really had the opportunity to do. The house brought all the opportunity, infinite opportunities. I have to make everything different, everything unique. Everything recycled as possible. Like even the roof in the living room is the wall from her old salon. There wasn't a step that wasn't rewarding. People talk about like my blood, sweat, and tears are all in this thing, but there's definitely blood, definitely sweat, but if I cried, it was because I was happy.
I agree.
Hey, I'm Caleb.
I'm Sydney.
This is our DIY tiny home.
And we're located in the Front Range of Colorado. So we've been living in the tiny house for 3 years. 2 of those years are here in Colorado.
The dimensions are 32 by 10, and it took roughly 18 months to build.
So we're currently parked here at a friend's house. We've arranged a little bit of a deal just to kind of get us by, help each other while we're looking for property.
We do pay a small parking fee to be here at our friend's place. For the outside of the house, we wanted green tones, so we did like lime green trim on the Volcom stones, and on the back side it has a slant, so we did a climbing wall, and then the shower's there on the inside, so I just pulled the water line out and had an outside shower head put in. You get home dirty, you can shower outside and then go in. So that's it for the outside. Let's check out the inside. Come on, guys.
Welcome to our tiny home. It is 360 square feet, and we live here with our 4 animals.
We got Tangerine, Circa, Makita, and Quest. When building this tiny house, we used roughly about 70% of recycled materials, from windows to the countertops, the subfloor, so many things. I used probably 200 skateboards in the making of this. So for the vibe of the house, we saw a bunch of tiny houses that were just kind of generic looking, and we wanted something luxurious but fun. So behind me is the living room. Honestly, it's simple, but it consists of a lot. Like just the ceiling alone is the whole backdrop wall from Sydney's old salon. The couch, actually took forever to find a little couch, but this is pretty fun. We got a little wall safe kind of hidden behind a little picture here. Sydney wanted a hanging chair that fit in here somehow. Being in a tiny house, you don't really have like so much wall space, but I really wanted it to be comfortable for the animals. So I made like wall area for the cats to kind of hang out, and kind of wanted it to be like ultimately like cozy where you could sleep there. The height in this room is a little bit higher than the bathroom, but this loft is our kind of closet loft, so it wasn't really that detrimental to sacrifice the height upstairs.
We were living in the camper during COVID at the time, and then we just started daydreaming, like, what do we want? It's time to leave. And we didn't want to go back to an apartment. We knew that.
We watched like every tiny house nation that they had put out. And
We
it was
sure
just
did.
like, looked up everything on Google as far as like what people have made, and like my favorite thing was looking up what people had in luxury homes, and I was like, how can we like intertwine this into something that we would really love to live in and like honestly never want to leave.
I'm from San Diego, born and raised. I grew up riding horses, did a lot of just outside activities as a kid, but I knew my passions really early on. I knew I loved hair. I knew I loved color, bold colors, and anything sparkly, holographic, glitter. I loved it. And I loved horses, like just 2 core passions for myself. Ran a very successful solo salon suite out in California. I had a business partner out there. We loved working together, but everything with the house kind of came suddenly. So moved out here, and now I get to work with horses, which I love very much. I have a side job giving riding tours through Garden of the Gods, and then I get to do hair. I'm
born in Houston, Texas. Kind of grew up all over the place. My dad was a master chainsaw carver. My mom worked for the airline, so I was always kind of traveling and kind of learning and adapting to new schools all the time. But when I was young, I started skateboarding and kind of just pursued that. And later on, after my dad passed, I started taking up woodworking because I was like, you know what? I feel like I know what I'm doing here, and kind of like found a niche for it and really enjoyed it. I get like old skateboards and basically just save them from the trash and save them up, take the grip off, clean them up, laminate them, and make honestly whatever I want out of it. Being a skater, you break them and you throw them away so fast, and it's like, why? Like there's got to be like more life to them. There are all these colors, and actually becoming a woodworker, that's one of the things. You got to find the wood that you need, and half the time, like my dad was looking for trees that people needed cut down or trees that were falling over, and he's like, can I have that? Can I cut that up? And for me, it's like, shoot, all my friends are skateboarders, so it's like, let me get that color board, let me get that color board, and then it just became like a candy shop for me at that point. Like all the colors just get me so hyped. It gets me like a natural high, almost like going into the woods, just being alive, or like just making something out of trash or out of nothing, you know.
So we went and we toured a tiny house that was for sale. And, you know, it was the first one we saw in person. We instantly were like, this is amazing, we want one. So we went and had dinner at my dad's house, and he was like, look, I think you guys are capable, like we could build this thing. My dad challenged me to go home and draw up a floor plan, and I did, and brought it back to him, and he turned that into blueprints on CAD on his computer. He works for Callaway, so he designs clubs all day. He knew what to do. We made sure it aligned with California code so that the house was, you know, structurally sound and everything. And then that turned into a shopping list, basically.
Yeah. And how to get the money for that list.
Right, yeah, how do we get the money to do this?
So here's the middle of the home, the heart of the home, I guess you could say, because it's the kitchen and the most important part of the whole house, in my opinion. Our goal was to ultimately have room to have everything full size. We could both cook in here and walk around each other. In our old apartment, that was really difficult. The kitchen was just a V, and you were just always bumping shoulders. So that was the ultimate goal, was to have room for everything and for us to actually kind of do what we want. Since the stairs are right here, these are all geometric cube shapes that I made out of old skateboards. And the face is an old walnut face I got from a buddy who was working for like a cabinet making place, and it gave me the idea to just turn all the stairs into pop-out drawers. So this is basically my closet. Got like my shoes, I got my pants right here. It's been a lot of fun, like just designing everything and having it all functional how you would want, you know. The countertops here I actually found on Facebook Marketplace from this lady. Church was shutting down or something, and they had all these church tables just out for free on the side of the road, and showed up, got as many as I could, put them on my trailer and brought them back. And it took me about 3 weeks, but I found a design, butterflied them all together with skateboard and inlaid some Volcom stones, trimmed the whole edge with skateboard and walnut, cut the sink out, cut the cooktop out. And it's been kind of a mission, but the whole thing came together quite nice. I've always wanted a farm sink and never had one. That was actually a really big upgrade in my life, to have a big enough sink to kind of do everything you need, like prepping meals or just honestly filling it up and washing all our fruits and veggies. One thing that was actually kind of cool was finding a smart oven, because I honestly didn't know they existed. My mom had one, and she was like, hey, take this extra one. Like, okay. It's a game changer. You literally put your food in, put your thermometer into the meat, and good to go. It's almost better than the barbecue, almost. One thing that was kind of difficult was actually, since we have our cooktop in the middle of the house, we needed a vent to vent our steam outside or whatever. And this is the only microwave we could find that had a vent and was only like 12 inches tall. Ended up being really nice. I've never really had a microwave that has a button to open. It's kind of a, why do you have that? We got that. So we got this electric stovetop. That was another one of the finds where it was going to cost about $800 to get a new one. And I'm always on OfferUp looking for materials for my woodworking. So I found pretty much half the stuff in this house off there. This one ended up only being like $80, which was a huge steal for us because our budget was pretty much zero at that point. So everything after the initial build was us trying to really penny pick in our pockets and find everything we possibly could to get this thing complete, but how we wanted it done at the same time. So as far as like the space in here, everything is really tight, but how Syndey was able to design it, we got the stairs on one side and made a whole nook underneath the stairs to fit the fridge and a whole, I guess what you'd say like a wet bar kind of area. It's pretty cool. We've fit a few little nooks and crannies in here, like little hidden compartments, and all of her mason jars from when we're juicing hidden away in here. I actually have had things that I've been saving for years and years. Like I used to work for a company and they made these glass knobs. I had a bag of these knobs for like 7 years. And I was like, you know what? Cabinet handles, done. But now that everything is here and how we want it, every day we wake up, it's just an energetic day ready to start. And just that ultimate vibe of waking up and having what you want exactly where you want it is the best feeling. I just remember waking up in the apartment with Syndey and being like, this kitchen sucks. Like, everything is out of place. Like, who built this? Like, whoever built this was not going to use it themselves. And that's kind of how I feel like all apartments are, in my opinion. Like, nothing is really corresponded to that person. And I feel like a home is supposed to be that. And there's nothing less than that in this house. I want to show you this door because the biggest issue was how can we poop in privacy? And there was no way for a swinging door. So I came up with these 300-pound slides and made a slide door out of skateboards, walnut, and white oak. Took probably 3 weeks to laminate all the pieces together, but now we have a pocket door that weighs like 200 pounds. And it's ridiculously heavy.
Last month, we introduced you to Blue Eddy's amazing Apex 300 power station, built around the idea of start simple, scale smart. What's exciting is you can now scale ultra smart with the brand new B500K expansion battery. It features 5,100 watt hours, and when combined with the Apex 300, the power capacity totals 7,800 watt hours. Working together, it can expand up to a mind-blowing 100 kilowatt hours. A super easy plug-and-play system. Just add more expansion batteries and Apex 300s as your power needs change. It's truly a fantastic value, and it's the most affordable battery in its class. One B500K replaces two B300K expansion batteries. The good news? Your investment in the B500K is protected. It will work with future Blue Eddy products and works with a wide variety of current products. So it easily adapts to your lifestyle with versatile high-powered charging and output options for home, RV, and off-grid living. Level up your tiny home power game with the B500K expansion battery. See the link in the description to save big.
So stepping into the back of the house is actually my favorite room of the house. This is the bathroom. So after living in the camper for 2 years, I was actually going to the gym to shower every night. So I wanted a room that was luxurious, that was my space, my area. So it was really important to me, if it were possible, which I made it possible in the floor plan, to add a freestanding tub, but also a freestanding shower. After apartment life, I'm not a big fan of the combination personally. So I guess we'll start with the tub. So basically, Caleb made this beautiful tray, which is great for any like reading, or you can watch a movie here, which is awesome. I would say walking into the shower, we made this very luxurious for ourselves. So the back wall is slanted to make it feel much wider. When you come in, you can really stretch out and have room. We have 3 shower heads actually. So if we wanted to take a shower at the same time, I could have my own. We have combined. And then we've got this beautiful bench. The bench and the floor are made from teak wood that Caleb recycled. This light actually changes colors and plays music and is a fan all at the same time. So if you can't tell, we're big ambiance people. We love a vibe that makes you feel good. Right now, our shower is set up temporarily. Our water is not hooked up where we are living. So we actually have our cat's litter box in here. Got a plant, which actually a plant always lives in here even when it's functioning. So on this side of the bathroom, I wanted really good lighting. What girl doesn't want good lighting to do her makeup in the morning? So I got this ring light. We do have a composting toilet. Coming from the camper, this was a huge upgrade for us, especially for me. So I really don't mind using composting toilet at all. I, in fact, highly recommend if you are worried about the planet. Having a Dyson fan is really important. You know, being a small space, air circulation is important. We found when we moved here with the hot-cold temperature change, we needed to leave a window cracked at all times and have this fan going, or else we had moisture that would build up on the walls on the inside. So we got that fan. I'll actually show you here into the closet is actually where I had a lot of moisture buildup. So the fan is perfect here. But I have a full-size closet, actually bigger than most people. Because of that slant that we have in the bathroom, it's also slanted here. So there are 2 full racks in here. Caleb built this all custom for me to fit all of my stuff. I mean, I couldn't be more grateful to live in a tiny house and have everything fit in one spot. I will admit I do have another clothing rack upstairs in the loft, but that was a modification we made later. This is my dream closet for sure. Kind of touching on ambiance, lighting is really important. So we've got, you know, the underglow lighting in here. I wanted the bathroom to feel very happy. I wanted to start my day with a positive vibe. I wanted my shower tile to make me feel happy. That was really important when we were shopping for the tile. You know, there's so much out there and so much tile is so simple. So we wanted to just go loud with it, go color, make us smile every morning. This granite slab my dad had in his workshop, I was eyeing it for years. And I was like, all right, when we build this house, I need that to be my bathroom countertop. And he was more than happy to give it to me. So let's check out the last spot in the house, which is our bedroom loft. So this is our bedroom loft. It was really important to me that it felt big, that it felt clean, and just pretty open. The bed takes up most of the room, of course. We do have a Cali King. Right now, we just have our mattress on the ground. But we've got, you know, just some hats on the wall for decor. This mirror here came from my salon that I had, so that's very important to me to have close. The skateboards, of course. This is Caleb's prize collection he's had over the years, and it's only a fraction of them. He's got a whole stack, you know, that we change out all the time. This guy here, Caleb actually made it so that it opens and there's a cubby inside. At one point we had his computer set up here so we could have kind of like a TV function up here in the bedroom. We have this sound bar here that it would all kind of connect together. The round window was super important to us just so, you know, it's just a fun feel. We're all about good feels in the house. So of course we have these Rainbow Symphony stickers all throughout the house, and when the sun shines through, you get the rainbow everywhere. So like come 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, you can come lay up here and the whole bed is just rainbow and it's awesome. So all the animals pack themselves up here with us every night for sure. We've changed out different beds for them, but they all end up here with us. But I will point out that the roof is slightly slanted up here. So Caleb and I have like switched up who gets which side of the bed, because when you sit up, you know, your head gets pretty close. You know, not too bad, but yeah, it's a tight squeeze, so you just be careful when you sit up, although we don't mind. We designed it to where you can walk all the way around the house to get to the extra loft. We intended on having it as like a guest bed space. We bought like a giant beanbag chair that turns into a queen size mattress. And that was the goal, to have that in there, but we turned it into a spare closet over time. So with anything, you know, living tiny is great, but you do find that you need more storage sometimes. So having that loft to turn into its storage loft has been really nice. I called every bank. I really dove into like, what kind of loan do I need? How do I do this? I learned about construction loan and different types of loans. And then it came to, well, personal loan maxes out at $15,000 and we were seeking more than that. And a construction loan wasn't quite right for the tiny house situation. Most banks were like, what the heck is a tiny house? I've never heard of such a thing. So we ended up being really lucky enough to go through a family member. We did a personal loan through my aunt. Very grateful, thank you. I'd say we purchased, what, 30 to 40% of the materials. The rest he recycled through OfferUp and Facebook Market.
During COVID and just after COVID, everybody was remodeling their homes. So like there was stacks of tile on the side of the road that had free signs on it because people like would buy too much and just give it away. And I'd be like, oh, that's enough to do our whole backsplash. It just kept happening. Like God just kept putting material in front of me over and over and over again.
Yeah.
I remember the biggest part was finding the plywood because I needed 3/4 inch plywood, and plywood had gone up to like $100 a sheet at that time, especially in California. And right down the street was the Oakley warehouse. They were getting machinery delivered from Germany in these giant crates, and they were throwing them in the dumpster. I pulled up with my trailer and was like just gonna start taking it, and some dude was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" He's like, you taking those? I was like, "Can I?" He's like, "Please." We have 8 more to throw in there, and each crate was like 7.5 sheets of 3/4 inch plywood. All the countertops were literally just free church pews from the side of an alleyway.
Our bathtub's a cool one.
Yeah, the bathtub, it's like a really nice flat tub, and we got it for like $300 and I moved it on a skateboard.
I would go to work, I'd go to the salon all day, I'd come home and he'd have a story for me about the latest find for the build of the house. And it was just so cool the whole time to watch the process too, and to like just see you light up from meeting these people and the connections you made with them as well, that, you know, some of those people you still have connections with.
Oh, for sure. So we spent $30,000 of the loan, and then we spent another $15,000 of our own savings.
So I think in total we were around $47,000 for the build.
About that, yeah.
And
probably between like 60–70% of this house is recycled materials.
building the house, as Caleb kind of put it, like really fell into place. Like we knew we were meant to do it. We're living in this camper, meanwhile, like dying to get out of it just because we had been in it for so long. It's from the 70s. And then all of a sudden it was like stress. The city was like, you can't do this. Well, that turned into me going to all the counties, all the cities in the area, trying to find anyone that would allow us to live in our tiny home. And every single one said no. One county, North County, San Diego, they were on their way. We were just too soon.
Starting the path.
They were so close, but they basically told us it could take 1 to 3 years, and as of now, it's a no. So it turned into pleading with the current city we were in, is there anything we can do? Like, can we work together to create code for tiny houses? We tried everything. Can I come to your city council meetings? Can I fight? Whatever it takes. And it got difficult. A lot of no's, a lot of shut down, a lot of emotion, a lot of stress that led to. We both have very successful businesses. We have built in California, for you, custom woodworking, for me, my hair salon, 15-year clientele, that we chose, we gotta go. So we knew eventually we wanted to move back to Colorado Springs because we both like it here a lot. But it was for us more of like a 3-year timeline that was cut very short to 3 months. Colorado's a lot more open to tiny houses than at least California was, or at that time. So there's a lot more hope in different areas here where we can be legally. That's a big part of why we stay here, but we also love Colorado, so it just, it works out for us.
There's a lot of option here.
After living in an apartment for so many years, I don't know, you weren't allowed to paint the walls. You weren't allowed to make it your own. That like this house, it makes me happy every day. I love being in here. All the color is awesome. And I love that it has all of his woodworking all throughout it. Like, I love his art and his skateboard. It's so unique what he does.
The whole build, we were just kind of like giddy little kids, just like, oh, did you see that?
It's like the fruits of your labor. And like all of the like, I don't know, we had a lot of fun conversations throughout the build. Like, what should we do here? What should we do there? And like, that only made our relationship grow.
Thanks for stopping by Tiny House Expedition. I'm Alexis.
And I'm Christian, and this is our DIY tiny house on our homestead in Oregon.
Looking for more tiny inspiration? Watch these videos. But if you're looking for something specific, visit our channel homepage to browse tiny homes by category.
And don't forget to subscribe.
Hope to see you soon.